Hello everyone, my name is Heather and I'm the person behind Happy Puppy Truffles, which is a daily origami tutorial on YouTube. Today's Monday, so that means there's a new PDF that you can download from my website that features a origami paper pattern. Now these paper patterns can be used for really any origami that you guys would like to include them in, so feel free to download as many as you like and print as many as you like and kind of play around with how you use them. I'm just going to show you guys today how to use one in a previous kind of traditional origami that we've already made, just so you can kind of get an idea of where or how this particular pattern might look nice. The pattern we're going to be doing today is this kind of rounded square kind of diamond shape with a circle in the middle. Now this particular design is very common in traditional yuzen or printed chiogami kind of paper, I should say. It's just a really standard basic pattern. Usually you'll see it a little smaller than this, and it's usually in like a red or blues, purples. Those three tones are really common. Green, some of the more common tones that you'll see these things printed in. I made two variations of it. There's this larger square pattern design and then the smaller one. And even this is a little bigger than what you might find in an origami pack. It tends to run a little bit smaller. But I love this pattern so much. I think it's just a lot of fun to work with. And when you stare at it too long, it looks like the little squares are dancing. So maybe I just need my morning coffee. I don't know. So, but like I said, there's 5 colors of each. We've got the smaller ones here and then the larger ones here. And green, I already used green to make the project that we're going to do today, which is this little folder, which was one of our traditional origamis. I'll just show you guys how to use this particular paper to make something like this. You can use this as a book cover, you can use it as a folder. I'll show you guys all the cool things you can use it for. So download the PDF on your computer and print it anytime. There is a black and white one just in case you only have access to a black and white one. And then we just cut around the edge right where that gray dotted line is to give you guys a square piece of paper. Now, today's origami does use a square piece of paper to start with, but we do trim off just a tiny bit from the top so that we wind up with a rectangular sheet, which works best for this kind of a folder. So I'll show you guys how to do that, of course, with the paper. So we have our square piece of paper cut already. What I'm just going to do here is, you can choose either way, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to go ahead and fold my paper in half. So I get a nice center crease here. And then I want to take, and I'm just going to cut a little band of the paper across the top. And the way to tell how much to cut away is to take the bottom right corner and pull it up into the center. Now you don't necessarily want to make this crease. It's best if you cannot do that. So what I want to do is try to pinch maybe just a little down here to make sure that I'm getting a good point. And then find where when I stretch this up where that hits, kind of hold it down with your right hand and then gently give yourself a chance to pull this paper up against that edge without bending it, of course. Try to get a little pinch on that. And that's where we want to fold down. This is not necessarily does not need to be exact. You can definitely play around with this and have different results. You do want to try to maybe get this straight, and you can use the paper pattern there as a guide to make sure you're kind of getting things straight with the same amount of pattern kind of showing on the other side. So I'm just going to cut that little part off here really quick. So I've removed that little top part now. So I have something that's slightly rectangular. We still have that center crease there, which we're going to use. So keep that center crease going vertically here. And then I'm going to take each of these sides and fold into the center, creating a door base. So get each of these sides folded into the center. Then go ahead and open everything up. We're going to take each of the 4 sides and fold it to the crease we just made. So you're just going to be folding and making this nice little triangle. And I'm going to do that from all 4 sides so that I can get these nice edges marked off. So that you wind up with something like this. Then take each of these sides and fold back on that crease we made before, right towards the center. should get this nice little design here. Now I want to take each of these sides and we're going to fold them behind. So I'm just kind of folding right at that natural part where that edge of the triangle is hiding underneath. So it should go pretty naturally and it should hit right at that point where these edges hit right into the center. So you want to just kind of gently fold those in, and when you flip everything over here you can kind of make sure you're getting everything lined up in the center. That's the big key. And to try to keep your edges nice and lined up too. And get that as straight as you can. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side too. So pull this in. So you wind up with something like this. Now depending on the size of paper, if you'd used a different paper, this would be a different dimension. But with this particular printed paper, this is what things should look like. You should then be able to just take each of these sides and tuck them into those little triangular tabs. And it should give you this finished piece. And then you can just fold right on the center where that crease is already. You get this nice kind of little book design. And the cool thing about this is there's just so many places where you can put things and use this as a folder or as a wallet. There's right across the back seam here, there's pockets on either side, and you could choose to use that as a big long pocket for putting money in if you wanted to. Then when you look at it from this way, there's a pocket here and here as well, so you can put stuff in there. Inside here you can use this whole space too for giant pieces. You can use it almost like a picture frame. So many different things you can put in there. Then you can also treat each of the corners as a separate location if you wanted to put little things in each of those locations too. So many uses for this really kind of fun little folder, and utilizes the patterned paper that you can get from my website right now. There's links all over here. Check that out if you're interested in getting these fun little designs to use for your projects. I particularly really like this design too for when you're working with people and you need clothes, especially for the boys. These kinds of tones really work best, especially the greens and the purples and the blues work really good for that. So when you need like an accent color for a shirt underneath a kimono, this works really good. Those kinds of things are a really good place to use this kind of a pattern. So thanks again so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.